Pay you that such you promise I bear me pay.
Ta me mut ban ong ba bro arngut ki bahai maya. Laya pide.
Ki khubor ka bate si TV ka umdi bas nyambat penjaslian. Rupa Premium Meghalaya.
Ka Office District Handloom Officer klapen long ka program kerpang kabla tip kom ke Looms and Links ka badai ka rensan ban Kyntiewshuh kinong Than Jaiñ pat kinong Thir Kasai. Nalo ba Ribhoi District la dai lupa kabla pau bha haga jing penmi Jaiñ Ryndia. Ia kena kaya open inam ke Jaiñ Ryndia la player principal secretary katna Textile uba FS Kharkongor ubla long kumukong san ringkat ke jinan lang u deputy commissioner ke Ribhoi Abilash Baranwal kumusumbol kongsan ka director jang katna handloom ka kong MR Liwan ka zonal head katna handloom ka kong Monica Lingdo ka district handloom officer ka kong DP Taryang bat kwe officer ringkat ke self help group bat kinong Than Jaiñ na ka district.
Okay, now because so many guests keep coming. Only meal bowl,
But it will always hold a special place because as we stand here in this very exact company, this is where I started my journey as a fashion designer. About 20 years ago, I met somebody who changed my life. I always say this in my life that I believe in angels. And sometimes angels can be people who come into your life and help shape you as a person and mold you as a person. That person who I met 20 years ago was an officer in the Agriculture Department. His name was Lypa. Unfortunately, he passed away a few years ago, but his legacy lives on. So when I met Lenny, I was doing other jobs, I was doing various things in my life. I was working in a nightclub. I was very unsure of what I wanted to do in my life. Even though fashion was always my true calling, it was always something which I wanted to do. So Lenny would come to me and he would be like, Adan, I know you love fashion. I work with these weavers in Ribhoi district. Why don't you come and see what we're doing, and we need somebody who can help us promote this fabric. I didn't take it so seriously in the beginning. I was like, it's just one of those talks. And then finally I decided to come down here to Ribhoi district. And I came and met Lenny exactly in the same property. He was still in an office up there. And we started having this conversation. He's like, he was talking about all these viewers and trying to create a time the taste that. And when we keep start on the Japan Jaiñ come down the market in Jaiñ. He wanted somebody when we are going to promote Jaiñ. And Just like the Hong Kong yung sawal Australia, bansa naman and ngayon sa Shuh Jakarta Sanjang. So I did to Shuh yung one Australia sabi niya and nakagawa ba one of the conferences something sa economy vision to maybe this all his plans will be found when we vibrate and will be Meghalaya Ribhoi district. So the next one Kirak step Shuh, one of the villages in a small village in Jaiñ, and then to Masamati, and then we come to a time to Ryndia to Jaiñ.
I spend considerable amount of time with him, understanding the Ryndia, knowing about the Ryndia, the dyes, and Jensen would take us to the villages around Ribhoi. Strong Bathan, and the Hindu is vegetable dyes in Shuh. That was the very first experience. Nakanam Karong bit that was the first time, my first encounter with the weavers. Jaiñ is very pleased with the efforts of the Department of Textiles, and I remember how he would mobilize the villagers and weavers to come together to showcase products and skills in very much the same manner in which it's done today. Let's come to the show, the Ryndia show. I think, right, Daniel, the very first show that Daniel and I curated, of course with the help of many others from Ribhoi, was the Ryndia show. It was a small show but a significant show. It was the Ryndia show that we had at El Dorado. I think it was about 20 years ago again. 20 years ago we had this Ryndia show. We tried all efforts to say, let's have a show. So the Ryndia show, and I remember Sri Ramesh Bowie was our patron then. The first show was a success and it was appreciated by many. That was the first collection of the Ryndia designs and was presented to Shillong in Meghalaya. Daniel took the project forward. I was amazed at the Ryndia collection of Miss Eva Malai. I remember when the first Kyntiewshuh store was opened in Donkam. I learned, what I learned from Kyntiewshuh was that once you know the fabric, you can shape it in its most exquisite ways for men and women. From El Dorado, the international runways of that same, Milan, London, New York, Singapore. That is a moment for Meghalaya. So it is fortunate on my part that I was in a district which has given the world beautiful Ryndia fabric, and simultaneously work in a government in which there are so many opportunities that are coming up for our silk farmers and weavers. Simultaneously, I would also like to say that in the support of the government, sir, we are actively working towards ensuring that there is sufficient yarn availability within the Ribhoi district. This will be crucial for our weavers as well, so that they do not have to depend on Assam fabrics. Simultaneously, if there is anything that we can do from district administration, we are more than happy to assist on whatever front we need. So that's all from my end, sir. Thank you for your leadership, thank you for your constant support to the weavers and the many farmers of the Ribhoi district, and we look forward to a continuous engagement so that they can, Ryndia, apart from being a source of pride, can also become a source of enhanced earnings for farmers and weavers. Thank you.
If you will copy like all months like a program, it is a program which is very different, very important. It's called Looms and Links. And if you look at the banner, the byline is where heritage meets horizon. How could you tell me, what does this mean? That we all know that Ryndia, we think about Ryndia today, Shikunta, Dunga culture to me, maybe Sam, but Nalian Dunga, but the name Kapoi Shaki, segi national dan segi international layo national dan international recognition. Umar akan di Donkam ini dalam batai bahwa Muslim Barat now in previous year we have received Jaiñ recognition. But when you are Jaiñ recognition, to obtain Jaiñ recognition is not an easy task. However, the fact that Ryndia has been recognized by your GITO, your GI, that shows the world's recognition. GITO जो बर्थडे बरो कोई या कहीं का spark mengiran hune. But memang ni GITO जो कहीं का GI, kalau Kyntiewshuh ya nama ya keburom ya kini ka Ryndia mengiran hune. What Nalen to Prime Minister group agak Man Ki Baat run the program called Man Ki Baat. There's a program called Man Ki Baat. Antara Prime Minister Ulakren supaya GI recognition ayo ke Ryndia kami apa Meghalaya. But ini ka where heritage meets horizon. Kami kita sakut hak ini ka jelas juga. Ini kami kita sakut hak ini ka district Ribhoi juga. Ini kaki break district di Batam. Break enam terapur, berkelakio, segi segmen, terus horizons. Namun ini program ini sudah menurut kita bagi expand ya ke horizon ini. Ini should bagi target. We should not think small anymore. We should think beyond our borders, beyond national borders, beyond international and up to international borders. But let me say there was one fashion designer who has taken Ryndia. He has been an ambassador of Ryndia, has taken the Ryndia to international platforms, right from Milan to Turkey to London and to various places. In Milan we were together. And it is a growing interest. Many of the Brio, Kau tips mana ni kalau dia mereka memang natural, mereka eco-friendly, mereka juga mereka meriam, mereka peace, itu yang dia punya. Kalau mereka ethically sourced, kalau non-violence itu berjuang. Entah mereka kami natural dyes, we use natural colors. Kata mereka there is something about encourage people bagi dibuat judip shows from Ryndia juga. Bagi kita attractive bah. But eventually you have people other markets, your fabric, ini synthetic dyes, ini chemical dyes. But you don't side effect around to come back. Mereka ni belum kemarian. Lagi senrai, dah lagi tweet jack. But Meghalaya mereka, berjaya, ia ada livelihood. Jadi dia jingin dia kita, ia ki women weavers, Muslim Malaysia mereka Women's Day kan, but orang pun sekedar bagi celebrate Women's Day rumah, ini kau weaving activity predominantly done by the women weavers. Berkai, jintai, kai, livelihood, lagi Kyntiewshuh. But within them, calculating statistics, ini come agriculture and weaving, semua ada 50,000 people gain livelihood from this activity. And in the agriculture and weaving sector, I jamnya di sampo 8,000 weaver, 42,000 weavers. और sampunya ada di agriculture farmers. Ke mana population ko balai tulak. Inakan masyarakat kilo yang jangkau, kilo yang livelihood memang dengan activity. kalau kita sector ke Trawa, itu miran COVID, no, hari ini Eastern Meghalaya 2019-20 when it was miran COVID. Nah, what? Nak tahu, brand rajin pang brand ni kamu, kalau quite encouraging. It is quite encouraging that the production of Eri did not stop. It carried on in spite of COVID, and the figures also show that there is a rising trend in the cocoon production. Kawan, beli kita punya program, kita ada links where threads meet trade. Nak tahu hakisan mengenai joint department ada Kyntiewshuh 2019 kemarin di Februari di Daniel Group. Ryndia kadang orang ni orang commodity industry. Tempat ini dia apa? It's not something that really was visible or that was trending. No, it was not trending at that time. It was a cottage industry woven in the villages by the women for selling in local markets. But now, Ryndia is something that is people are curious about. People are wearing Ryndia. In the past, if you go to the weddings, if you go to the celebration in Shuh, they mostly wear muga or mulberry, dhara. But now they are wearing Ryndia. You see, Kyntiewshuh is also wearing a very beautiful Ryndia accent. And all of us are wearing these Ryndia stoles. Now every government function, every private function as a symbol of respect, they give Ryndia. It was not the case many years ago. In the past, they used to give bouquets, which were there in the studio. But the function like function with the chief minister, with the prominent citizens, Brian Adams, Pawnam. He was greeted with a Ryndia stole. And recently, last year, when celebrities came for Cherry Blossom, Daniel, he also prepared the state stole. But Ryndia was a symbol of identity. It is, in one word, Ryndia represents trade, textiles, tradition, and also it is triggered, it is powered by hands, by hearts, and it gives you hope. Jinkerman. The Jinkerman, me and my neck, culture to me, and but any culture to me, trending. There is any hope. Jonka Sakar, Ryndia, Jaiñ, Ribhoi recognition of Pawnam. This center, Integrated Textile Tourism Center, very side. About 3 December 2007. Now they were a center dedicated, but the showcase, Yagi time, Yagi Council, Production Textile Experience Center were made. But any Jakarta, non going in Jakarta, but when you have knowledge sharing, trading, when you have market, we have been gay. Ningkong ai kubra ipi pi agini galat dan banikan berki katai kubor teka program kene ka program ka bangidan dasngi koi gadi bangin encourage ya kene ka marketing mo by sellers meet kum gi te hangni pi kiran ki society kiran nong thani bawan na keleng jong district but kiran ru bawan na bar jong district te kum pitip muslim in Ryndia la yo GI tag but rayo ada gaji itu te yakni ka center ru ka center ka bram shukli mention snam khodi ka integrated textile tourism center yaga restaurant area khod ka desai ka center for excellence for amsa silk but kajing thmu hi ka dei ba ikwa ba bangin yo bangin penya yo Shuh yakni ka Ryndia but kandon ru kajing kendo kapring ki stakeholders but kini ginong thain that's why ba Daniel CM idi designer baju Donkam yakini ki long yakini Ryndia man kapor iru idondang ne I principal jong ka Bajoria school kidon ka fashion school makiru kidon ki students kila on kat bagi students makiru kidon kami ya ka raw material man kapor kenang bagi la bagin Donkam aki workshop jong ki but bagadairu ke area bagi wan ki tourist hang ne ki bawan sugar restaurant kin yo galat man wan pet yakini ki mar ki mata hang ne but katahi ke ka jing thumu koi ka theme jong kani ka program ki on where heritage meets horizon and where threats meet trade kumno begin Kyntiewshuh ya ka marketing kumno begin pen long ini penikendo yagi long yagi nong yagi nong than yagi nong bagi nong thiet mo ki buyers and sellers kata hai gidi mo but kane kadi kawai ne ki tagi program but kadang yai petang makane kadi the first program that bring down on usnam but indang yai petang menta na gini but in said but kane hi kane ka jakaru kadi kawai ne ki jakar bangi ko bangin persang ba kandlong kata ka kayo mo kabanang yai na ka por
Kumbalong mentah kamu Jaiñ Ryndia piong layo GI tak. Hato dang don pat kui gi bay persang ban but tenang ya une Ryndia. Hato kan ne jing yo GI tak kalong nem ko jimentoi nam tak ni gi.
Ha because way layo GI tak ta mor kladon ka jing tho pinara gi gitar sinu ru pinara si dukan ma he pinara si big cities ru way piong GI tak ta mor kladon ka no ka kladon ka trademark mo kladon ka ne ka authenticity ba kene gede ka trademark for example like Darjeeling tea koi pina di ya ka Darjeeling tea kala don kata ka GI tag ban pini thu ba kani ka kadisha kata authentic Darjeeling tea te kani ka Ryndia ro menta la yo ni GI tag we pilong ni GI tag kala pun Kyntiewshuh ya ka status mo kala di ka brand no
Had a long day? Feeling drained? Let Hello Meghalaya lift your mood. Right there on your phone. Movies, music, infotainment, live streams. All in one place. Content you can enjoy together, laugh together, learn together, right at home with your family. Easy to access, easy to download. Register in just a few simple steps. So why wait? Download Hello Meghalaya now.
Oh, for once I'm ready before her. Chale! Gorgeous. Let's go!
Coming. How much you honk, yeah?
Come on, we should leave.
Chill. It's just family.
Exactly. और घर वाले ही late.
By the way, how am I looking?
Very late.
Streamers, caps, candles, a cake, definitely balloons. सब आ गया. Wait a minute. Where is everyone? Show off.
Hey bro, how's it going?
एक बात बता, सबसे फास्ट होकर भी हमेशा लेट कैसे?
Style bro, style.
Hello guys, where's the birthday boy?
यहीं कहीं होगा, अपने फीचर्स को रील्स पे शो ऑफ करता हुआ.
इतना बिगाड़ा जो है. Automatic gearbox, ventilated seats, sunroof.
क्यों ना हो? Family का सबसे youngest भी तो है. Let's go guys, party time.